Here's your news for June 22nd, 2020. And your headlines for today include: breaking news, Undertaker announces retirement. WWE confirms Taker's retirement. Former World Heavyweight Champion Christian is medically disqualified for an in-ring return. Matt Riddle speaks truth about Bill Goldberg. Why Chris Jericho fired back at Sasha Banks. WWE wrestler out of action until WrestleMania 37, and more. We're kicking off today with news from The Undertaker, as the dead man has given a huge hint that his one-of-a-kind, incredible career may indeed be over. In the latest edition of WWE Network's Last Ride docuseries, the former world champion spoke about this current period in his life, fresh off his victory at WrestleMania 36's Boneyard match, which he described as a hellacious battle against one of the best in the business. He added, "There was a lot of thought and a lot of emotion, one of those being, are you happy enough with that? If there was ever a perfect ending to a career, that right there was it." The Demon of Death Valley went on to say that if Vince McMahon was in desperate need of him, he'd consider coming back, before dropping a bombshell, as he said, "At this point in my career, I have no desire to get back in the ring." If The Undertaker's career is indeed over, that means that the Boneyard match was his retirement match. And whilst the angle had to be changed due to there being no crowd at WrestleMania, the match more than delivered. Even after losing, AJ Styles continued to poke fun at the 55-year-old legend, but on Twitter, the Intercontinental Champion let his heel persona drop as news of the dead man's retirement went viral, saying that if it's indeed the Phenom's last time lacing up the boots, he's honored it was against him. It wasn't too long ago that fans thought AJ Styles was someone who'd never make it to WWE, so the fact that he's now being considered the final opponent for the Phenom is an accolade for the reigning IC champion. On Twitter, the hashtag #ThankYouTaker was quickly trending, and whilst this is the same hashtag that was around when Roman Reigns seemingly retired the dead man at WrestleMania 33 in 2017, it seems this time his departure is for real. The fact that WWE shared the hashtag with a picture of some of the Phenom's biggest moments means it looks like the company are treating this as a very real retirement. That doesn't mean that fans will never see the former world champion again, as he still has 15 years on his new contract, but it's likely that his in-ring career is probably done. It's safe to say that the Phenom has had a career unlike anyone else, and whether it was capturing world championships, riding into arenas on a motorcycle, or scaring us witless, he always did it with professionalism and mystique. Nearly 30 years after his debut at the 1990 Survivor Series, The Undertaker has truly become a Phenom, and if he does feel like his career in the ring is officially over, then he's certainly earned his retirement after decades of entertaining millions of fans. As one journey comes to an end, another begins, as Bruce Pritchard was recently named the new Raw Executive Director, but not everyone is happy about this. It's been said that Pritchard will likely change a lot of the things that Paul Heyman was previously working on, such as building new stars, leaving some of the younger stars understandably concerned. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., former WWE referee Jimmy Korderas had some mixed things to say about the director of both Raw and SmackDown, revealing, "Bruce has worked closely with Vince for a long time, and I know there's going to be that element that Bruce is just going to be a yes guy for Vince. But also, Bruce understands what Vince likes, and maybe he can be that bridge." Korderas went on to say that Pritchard and Heyman had different visions for the Red brand, claiming that Heyman's style caters for the more die-hard wrestling fan. He added, "What's lost, in my opinion, is that casual fan that has seemed to tune out, especially now at this time, because everybody's tuned into different things. Maybe this is an attempt to see what works." Tonight's Raw will be Pritchard's second opportunity to show us how things will be different, and with 4 title matches and a guest appearance by Ric Flair, a stacked show like this could lead to more casual fans returning and an increase in the viewing figures. One person fans may not see tonight is Christian, who returned last week but lost to Randy Orton in an unsanctioned match. With Edge on the shelf due to a torn tricep he suffered at Backlash, it looks like the WWE is slotting Captain Charisma into his spot to feud with the Viper, but despite their match on Raw, this may be easier said than done. According to Dave Meltzer, who wrote in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Christian hasn't received medical clearance to wrestle after he quietly retired in 2014 due to multiple injuries he suffered throughout his career. As part of the unsanctioned match, Christian only took 2 moves, namely a low blow and a punt to the skull, which many fans took as a sign that the former World Heavyweight Champion wasn't medically cleared to compete. Though there's no shortage of fans who would love to see Christian have one more match and get revenge on the Viper in the process, it seems that's easier said than done, and we'll have to wait to see whether WWE allow Captain Charisma to wrestle an actual match at some point in the near future. From Raw to SmackDown now, as Matt Riddle has done a lot lately, but has also set the record straight on his beef with Goldberg. Speaking to ESPN's Ariel Helwani, the King of Bros spoke about the friction between the two, as Riddle has been extremely critical of the former Universal Champion for a number of years. In the interview, Riddle admitted he never wanted a match against Goldberg, but just wanted to make his thoughts about him clear. He said, "I'm just not a fan of his work. I just feel like he's been pushed a lot and he's been able to accomplish so much when I feel like there's a lot of other people that are more deserving, but that's it." Riddle went on to confirm that he still wants a match with Brock Lesnar, which may be easier said than done, especially as their backstage confrontation at the Rumble made it clear that the Beast doesn't want anything to do with the King of Bros. Another person who likes to run their mouth is Sasha Banks, but after she said that she and Bayley are the greatest tag team in wrestling, and even claimed that they were better than AEW's Les Sex Gods, this comment drew the ire of Chris Jericho, as the AEW star sarcastically said he was proud of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, but pointed out that WWE lost to AEW in the vital 18 to 49 demographic recently. Jericho's partner Sammy Guevara also got in on the action, sharing a picture of a young, long-haired Ricochet, which he pretended a mistake for the Boss, and asked whether the former US champion had gotten a new Twitter account. The Boss didn't take too kindly to this, reminding Guevara who she is, referring to herself as one half of the greatest tag team in the world. We'll have to see whether Jericho responds to Banks, but once again, the Boss and her tag team partner aren't mincing their words one bit. Now, yesterday was Father's Day, and while many people were praising their proud papas, Vince McMahon, as always, did things in his own way. On Twitter, the father of modern-day WWE tweeted a throwback picture of his kids Shane and Stephanie, and said he was lucky to have these amazing kids, though Stephanie joked that this isn't what the Boss tells them. Vince also praised all fathers who cherish the gift of fatherhood, a sentiment that was shared by Stephanie. Shane didn't respond to his dad's tweet, though he may reply with something short and sweet, just like how Vince did to Shane in a birthday tweet that fans still troll the Boss over to this day. Whether it be raising kids or raising a wrestling empire, Vince has been a father to many things, but we just hope that we never have to face our dads in an I Quit match like Stephanie, or get shoved in the rear of our fathers like Shane O'Mac. We are focusing on AEW next, as the company has continued to add segments to this Wednesday's edition of Dynamite. On Twitter, AEW TNT champion Cody Rhodes announced that he'll be hosting a press conference ahead of his championship match against Jake Hager at Fyter Fest. While Rhodes has been defending his title each week on Dynamite, no title match has been announced yet, as it seems this segment will replace Cody's weekly title defense. Rhodes' press conference is the latest big announcement for this Wednesday's show, which will also see the company's first lumberjack match, FTR in action against the Natural Nightmares, as well as AEW World Champion Jon Moxley facing an unknown opponent. It'll be interesting to see what Cody and Hager have to say ahead of their title match at Fyter Fest, but given the history of press conferences and contract signings, fans can expect fists to fly this Wednesday. We have some major news about Elias, as Elias was part of a major hit-and-run segment a few weeks back on SmackDown, and it was later revealed that the WWE booked the angle to write him off TV. Elias suffered a legitimate non-storyline torn pectoral muscle injury, which required him to take some time off. The news of the injury was confirmed by Dave Meltzer of The Wrestling Observer and John Pollock of Post Wrestling. Pollock noted, "Elias is out of action with a torn pectoral muscle. Post Wrestling has learned from multiple sources, with the angle shot to write him off television while he recovers. It's not known when he suffered the injury." During the injury update segment of Sean Ross Sapp's Backstage Report podcast on Fightful Select, SRS shared a disconcerting detail regarding the timeline of Elias' injury and his expected WWE return date. SRS said that Elias might reportedly not be back until WrestleMania 37, which is slated to happen at the end of March 2021 at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. And we're ending today with news from Monday Night Raw, as fans have gotten to see a lot of Dominic Mysterio as of late, including taking out Seth Rollins on last week's show. While time will tell where Dominic's career goes in this angle between his father and the Monday Night Messiah, Ray himself has explained one scenario he definitely doesn't want to see. While speaking to Rock Around the Ring, the former world champion was asked about his career coming to an end, and whether he'd want to face Dominic in his retirement match. Ray responded, "That's something that I would hate. I would hate to walk out and have my son take over on my last match. I think the torch has already been passed, and will eventually again the day that we get to share a ring together and perform in front of fans. That's when the torch will be passed on to him." Time will tell who exactly Ray's final opponent will be, and whilst there's been rumors of Dominic siding with the Monday Night Messiah as part of the current storyline, it's clear Ray doesn't want to battle his own son on the way out.